So okay, so then there are 3 points to contemplate for only the Dharma benefits at the time of death. So the first contemplation is that friends and you could either say it two ways. One is about friends and relatives. So the first way to say it is friends and relatives can't help me at all. Or another way of saying it is friends and relatives can't come with me. They don't come with me. So ordinarily in this life, right, I feel like I put a lot of energy into the relationship with friends and relatives. And there's some feeling like as if that creates a sense of security. Right? That somehow I'm secure if I have friends and relatives. Is the ordinary way of thinking. But so here if we contemplate, right, actually when I'm dying, my friends and relatives, first of all, they can't do anything at all to help me. When I leave, as we visualized earlier, right, when my consciousness leaves this body behind, I can't speak to them, they can't speak to me, and the winds of karma separate us. There's a saying in Buddhism, all meetings end in parting. So it's the nature of relationship with friends and relatives is that they will end. And when I'm dying, now we contemplate this, right? When I'm dying, not only can my friends and relatives not help me, but actually my attachment to them is likely to cause me harm. Whereas when I'm dying, which I can't control that that's going to happen, there's a very good chance I'll be grasping. And I'll feel terrible, loss, grief, sadness, fear, terror, right, at losing my friends and relatives. So my friends and relatives can do nothing to help me at the time of death, and my grasping and attachment and clinging to them actually may cause me great suffering at the time of death. So ordinarily I invest a lot of energy in cultivating like some illusion of security with friends and relatives. Actually my grasping at them and my grasping at a kind of false sense of security in relation to them won't help me and may cause me terror, sorrow, grief, lamentation. Terrible upset at the time of death. So friends and relatives are of no benefit at the time of death at all. Then also, second point is possessions. Like so, whether it's wealth, a home, stuff. So whether it's physical things or money or whatever. Again, it's no benefit at all at the time of death. In the teachings they point out you can't even take like 1 penny with you. When you leave this life behind, you can't take your favorite object, like your favorite piece of clothing, or a penny, or a $1. Can't take your favorite. Can't take anything that's in your house. Nothing. Everything is left behind. Actually, oftentimes, right, the stuff that I so cherished, the stuff many times people just throw it out like garbage, or they just have somebody come take it. It immediately goes and belongs to somebody else. It's not mine at all, actually, really. And not only that, right? So not only does it, like, all the wealth in the world is of no benefit, all the possessions in the world are of no benefit at the time of death. But again, my grasping at my possessions, my attachment to them, may cause me great agitation, great upset, great fear or anger at losing them at the time of death. And so better let go of that attachment now. And through friends and relatives, possessions. And the last point is even my own body, right, which I've cherished, from the moment of my birth on, right, which I take care of, worry about, do all kinds of things for. At the time of death, again, it's of no benefit. It gets left behind. As we said in the class, right? It gets left behind. First of all, our attachment to it can lead us to suffering. Secondly, as soon as I'm dead, right, actually this body becomes something frightening to everybody. Kind of frightening and sort of disturbing or sort of gross. Right? Becomes a corpse. Like where people are agitated just to see it, or frightened. So at the time of death, actually, this body becomes becomes worse than garbage. At least ordinary garbage, there's not like the sanitation concern of a corpse. No matter how strong or attractive I was, at the time of death, the body is like worse than, less useful than garbage. It has no value at all at the time of death. So the conclusion or the decision from these contemplations is, now is the time to let go of grasping and attachment to the things of this life. So like the kind of grasping, attached attitude I've had towards possessions, towards friends, relatives, and towards my own body, now is the time to let that go and to focus wholeheartedly on the Dharma practice. Only the Dharma is the benefit at the time of death. After I die, I don't just end, right? There will be future lives in upper or lower realms. Friends, relatives, possessions, this body won't help at all for that. But my Dharma practice, if I do it, will. So now is the time to practice. Only the Dharma is a benefit in that sense. Now is the time to let go of attachment and grasping, and to focus with all my heart on cultivating the inner realizations of the Dharma and cultivating good karma. So we'll take a few minutes to contemplate.